Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Happy Halloween to everybody watching this video. I can't believe it. Halloween is tomorrow night and I am prepared for the inevitable, which is my house being TP'd and egged. It happens every year. I'm a YouTuber. I can never get a break, and people always show up at my door wanting to TP it and egg it because I don't give it the best treats, but oh well. I guess I'm going to have to deal with it tomorrow night, but I will have a whole lot of fun with you guys tomorrow night because all throughout tomorrow I will upload videos about zombies. So if you guys are fans of zombies, I would love to hang out with you tomorrow. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that because all throughout tomorrow, zombies videos are coming your way, so you're going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I love talking about Descendants and zombies, guys. This has become a passion of mine that I love showcasing for you guys, and I love showing you the honor and prestige that your favorite stars have deserved for forever, like Red and Chloe from Descendants. I love Red and Chloe. I think they are beautiful characters that have done a fabulous job representing the Descendants franchise in so many emphatic ways, touching the hearts of so many wonderful people. And every single time that I see tears in the eyes of Kylie Cantrell, my heart breaks for her because she doesn't deserve all the criticism she receives after doing such a fabulous job bringing this character Red to life and giving her life. Because I think that there's a passion that goes with bringing a Descendants character to life because you not only represent that character, you represent yourself. We saw Kylie Cantrell represent herself with the Worlds Collide Tour and do it so fabulously, not only representing the Red character, but introducing us to who she was. And I think at that time in the Worlds Collide Tour, Kylie Cantrell had a lot of emotion. She put her heart behind her performances, performing songs like Goodie Bag and Denim off of her EP, which is available at KylieCantrell.com. I highly encourage you to go there and purchase the EP because it is a great album, and I think it's a way for Kylie Cantrell to really introduce herself to us and who she is and how she wants to be represented, because it's always a constant struggle to promote an EP and promote it the way that you want it to be promoted because you're doing it independently. Meg Donnelly is doing the same thing and struggling with it. Dying Art, of course, available off MegDonnelly.com. It's fabulously being promoted too. I love how these stars are being promoted, especially Freya Sky. Freya Sky is going on tour. She's got a lot of emotions, how she's feeling about going on tour for the first time ever. And this is exactly what I wanted to have happen for Freya. And all the support that you guys are showing for Freya, keep on showing it because it will help Freya become a superstar, and she's really becoming a superstar overnight. I will forever present the argument of how Freya Sky, I believe, is the next Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande are forever being talked about. Of course, Ariana Grande is going to be Belinda the Good Witch in Wicked for Good this coming November. I will be attending it. I've got my advance tickets because I was always a fan of Wicked, but you know, I think the conversation is a little bit too much revolving around the same 4 or 5 celebrities all the time. Sabrina Carpenter, Taylor Swift, Ariana Grande, and it's taking the spotlight away from Kylie Cantrell, who deserves more opportunities. I've always believed that she would be a beautiful Jasmine in a live-action Aladdin, but that honor was given to Naomi Scott. Now, Naomi Scott did do a fabulous job bringing Jasmine to life, but when you talk about a live-action Jasmine, the characteristics are seen through the eyes of Kylie Cantrell. She is beautiful, and I can see why she has so many fans supporting her. Over 450,000 people on Facebook alone have subscribed to Kylie Cantrell. But we got to get her more fans, and I think we should all subscribe to Kylie Cantrell on social because she's keeping us updated on everything happening with her, and she is the one Descendant star you can kind of make an exception for because she's always posting something every morning. I see a video short of Kylie Cantrell, and she's so happy to be a part of whatever she's a part of, and the people she surrounds herself with, it's really nice vibes. And I really love when a celebrity gives off nice vibes on social. Years ago, Ellen DeGeneres used to be one of those celebrities that posted really nice messages on social, and I used to look forward to seeing what she would post. She doesn't do it as often as she used to do for her Ellen DeGeneres show before it was canceled. But I love when I see these celebrities, you know, taking a page out of Ellen DeGeneres' book, and of course celebrities of the past that we don't really hear a whole lot about. I was always a big fan of Jessica Simpson years ago, for those of you who don't know, and I supported Jessica Simpson from the very first moment I laid eyes on Jessica Simpson. She was 16 years old, and I remember how appreciative she was of when she got her first record deal and how much of a struggle it was for her to have this image that she tried to convey for her people who loved her so much. The fans that loved Jessica Simpson were incredible, and I really do believe that the fans who love Kylie Cantrell are in that same category, who love her so much. And I loved Jessica Simpson for forever, right up until she broke up with Nick Lachey, and I followed their relationship so much because I was a fan of it. And I was a fan of everything that Jessica Simpson had going on for her. And I still believe that Kylie Cantrell is headed in the same direction of a Jessica Simpson, a Britney Spears. She will forever be in that conversation to be the new Hannah Montana and representing the Disney company the way that someone should have always been forever representing the Disney company. You know, oftentimes people like Sabrina Carpenter will have opportunities shown to them by Disney, and they will take full advantage of them. Once they realize that they've reached their maximum potential, they will go on to achieve something more and kind of forget about Disney and leave it in their past. Like, I know how Dove Cameron feels about Disney and how Disney treated her. You know, I feel like Disney had a lot of restrictions on these stars that really didn't need to be on them. I think that if they would have been given more creative freedom, they probably wouldn't have made the decisions or choices they did. But it's all about the restrictive lifestyle that Disney makes these celebrities feel as if they have to live, you know, afraid to post a photo on social media. We got to do something about that, guys. You guys got to get me in as the writer and producer of Descendants so I can fix some of the issues with Disney. I can give them more creative freedom. I can make them feel happier. I think that everybody deserves an enjoyable experience when filming a franchise like Descendants and Zombies because it looks like so much fun. I would have loved to have shot scenes in the nighttime for Zombies, come to think of it, because it looks so fun shooting scenes from 7 p.m. every night until 5 a.m. the next morning when the sun was coming up. They were getting out to set up Zombies. And I would have loved to have gone to McDonald's with Freya Sky and got a plain cheeseburger because I could be seen in the drive-thru at McDonald's every night after DJing at 3 a.m. doing the exact same thing. So I can kind of really feel how Freya Sky feels about board games and video games and her passions for singing and dancing. I support it. So if you guys are a fan of Freya Sky, if you're a fan of Meg Donnelly and Kylie Cantrell, you're probably going to want to subscribe to this YouTube channel because I have a lot of really nice things to say about your favorite stars, because I'll be honest with each and every one of you, I fell in love with the Descendants franchise. I really did. The characters were beautiful. They were very captivating. I had never felt more inspired than what I did from Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's performances of songs like Fight of Our Lives. It was a very powerful duet. It was something that I could never seem to get enough of. And then these Rewrite the Stars songs with Malachi Burton and Freya Sky, that was a beautiful duet to introduce us to two new characters that were going to fabulously represent a franchise that would go on to achieve more than Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim had ever envisioned that Zombies would. But I think that when you talk about a position for Zombies to be in to take over, this is exactly what Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim would have wanted this to have happened for Zed and Addison many years ago. After all these years they contributed and put everything in to Zombies, this is exactly what they wanted to see happen for Zombies, and I really do believe that the stars from Malachi Burton and Freya Sky have never shined brighter. The fan support is incredible. You guys are the most amazing fans in the world, and I don't ever want you to forget that. No matter how critics feel about you guys, you are the best fans in the world. You took a guy who was a radio show host and a YouTuber, eventually became a YouTuber in 2009, and made him a celebrity overnight for his thoughts and predictions on Descendants and Zombies and celebrities like Dove Cameron and Kylie Cantrell. You guys brought me back from out of nowhere. You guys really brought me back from the dead, and I have each and every one of you to thank for that. When I thought my career was over 7.5 years ago, and I had led to believe that my story had been told and completed, you guys wanted a host of a Descendants and Zombies podcast, and you got exactly what you wanted, what your heart desired. You guys brought me back, and I have forever been indebted to each and every one of you. I don't even know how I'm ever going to pay you guys back. The best gift I can give you is dedicate the rest of my life to uploading Descendants and Zombies videos for you because you love this franchise so much. And I think for somebody to upload videos of Descendants and Zombies, they've got to really understand what Descendants and Zombies means to each and every one of your hearts, either collectively or for you as an individual. We've all got to understand before we ever upload a video of Descendants and Zombies how much Descendants and Zombies means to you, because you draw inspiration from these characters, because I don't care who you are. Everybody has a favorite fairy tale princess. Everybody has a favorite fairy tale character, no matter if it's Elsa and Anna, no matter if it's Ariel, no matter if it's Aurora. Everybody has a favorite fairy tale character that defines them. Everybody has a favorite Descendants character that defines them. I mean, you were probably a fan of Mel. You were probably a fan of Red. I thought Red was the most fearless character ever, and she was so strong, and that's what I admired so much about her, was that how she was so fearless and how strong she was, and how she never really cared what anybody thought of her. And I think more people feel encouraged now because of these characters, and seeing this friendship between Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker is something I can never seem to give enough praise to. I think that critics pretty much just found something to criticize in this friendship between Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker because of all the PR that was happening for Descendants: The Rise of Red. The PR had been blown out of the water for Descendants: The Rise of Red because everybody was so excited to be a part of it. And if you were somebody like Ruby Rose Turner, who was having an honor to portray a character that she had grown up idolizing, the young Queen of Hearts, I think you would pretty much feel the same way. I would have been so excited to be on the stage at the Worlds Collide Tour dancing with a bunch of zombies. I forever advocated to get Jonathan Clarke up on stage, dancing on the Worlds Collide Tour stage with a bunch of zombies because it looks quite fun. And I know you guys would catch me if I ever decided to crowd surf. I've always wanted to crowd surf like Kylie Cantrell, so I know how that feels to want to crowd surf like Kylie Cantrell has wanted to forever and always do. And I fully support her in her dreams to want to crowd surf with each and every one of you. I loved seeing how Freya Sky and Malachi Burton would go down in the crowd and make you guys feel as if you were part of something special, because you really were. The Worlds Collide Tour was something really special, memories that you will never forever forget and forever and always cherish. And I want you guys to know that regardless of how the critics felt about the Worlds Collide Tour, the quality of the merchandise, the ticket prices starting up as high as $200, they were just trying to find something to criticize because that's what a critic does. I've worked with many, many critics over the years, and that's what they get paid to do, is criticize something, even if it's the best performance ever that they attend in the crowd, live and in person. They will find something to criticize, and they get paid hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do it. I am far from a critic. I'm just a fan like each and every one of you, and I just wanted to create something special for each and every one of you, and I will take bullets for you every single time when it comes to your favorite stars. And that doesn't mean constructive criticism, because I have always believed that any form of criticism is unnecessary criticism, and we really have to shy away from it. If we're going to post videos about your favorite stars, then that is precisely what we should do, is post videos about your favorite stars and talk about your favorite moments that made you a fan of Descendants and Zombies. Because everybody had a favorite moment from the Zombies franchise, when Zed and Addison met each other for the first time in the Zombies safe zone. I thought that was really harsh how they kept the zombies locked up in the basement of the high school in Seabrook, but they went on to achieve acceptance. By Zombies 2, werewolves came into the franchise. Zombies 3 saw aliens, and Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, of course, saw two different groups, vampires and daywalkers, which was a pretty obvious concept, and even that found criticism. And to me, it was a pretty obvious concept. Vampires existed in the nighttime, daywalkers were vampires that existed in the daytime, and they created a beautiful storyline between Victor and Nova, and I think a lot of conflict will happen in Zombies 5. That's what the storyline will be derived from. And for those of you who believe this story is far from over, I think you should keep on believing that. Continue to believe that. Whatever your heart wants to believe about zombies, mermaids being inside the vortex, witches, sirens, pirates, it's amazing how you guys have had your imaginations running wild about Zombies 5 and the next chapter, what's inside of this vortex, and I encourage that, because I want you to have fun being a fan of Descendants and Zombies, because I love seeing your favorite stars have fun and having smiles on their faces. That should never be taken away from them. They should never be denied the opportunity to have fun and be themselves. And that's why I've had issues with the social media department at Disney for forever, because a photo gets leaked or an interview is conducted inappropriately. I remember this one interview that Kylie Cantrell did promoting Descendants, and she was so afraid to say how she felt because Disney was going to call her and be very upset with her. I don't think that before the cameras are turned on, a girl has to feel that way. She just has to feel herself. And that's why Jonathan Clarke needs to be a member of the board at Disney to get in to make stuff happen for you guys with Descendants and Zombies, because I believe in Descendants and Zombies, and I really wish these franchises could last for forever. Now, I may have felt the same way about Hannah Montana and High School Musical years ago, but I have never felt this way that I do about Descendants and Zombies. I really wish moments like these could be frozen in time, and if I was in possession of a stopwatch, I would stop these moments for each and every one of you just to relive them over and over again, because I really do believe that these moments should last for forever. Happiness does exist, and definitely forever is something that we all have a hope of lasting for forever. And I really do believe in encouraging this kind of thing, and I really do believe in these franchises having so much more of a story to be told, because you can't tell a story in 90 minutes and complete it. You just can't. I mean, what can you tell in an hour and a half? An hour and a half, a half an hour of that hour and a half of that 90 minutes is just to introduce you to characters. Descendants could easily be a 2.5-hour production. It could be a 3-hour-long musical like Wicked. I mean, if Wicked is so in-depth and 3 hours, so too can Descendants and Zombies, because everybody is so passionate about it. And you can't tell me that a 7-year-old girl wouldn't be interested in a 3-hour production for Descendants, because she would. because she knows everything there is to know about her favorite characters. She loves Red and Chloe, so because she loves Red and Chloe, she doesn't care the movie is 3 hours long and 90 minutes is sufficient for a 7-year-old girl. Go all out with it. Be more in depth than ever before and create more storylines, because the beauty exists in telling a story. Because I've always believed everybody has a story. It's about how that story is told for you and how you want to be defined, how your legacy is defined, because everybody has a legacy. And I always go in depth about that because I've always wanted to leave a legacy behind. Now, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of leaving a legacy behind as the host of this show for you guys, but I really hope I'm helping you make sense of everything, because everybody has a legacy. Everybody has a true purpose. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to find that purpose. Some find their purpose in life before everybody ever does, but I always believe that everybody has a light, and no matter how long it takes you to find it, you do eventually find that light. And Red and Chloe are in the process of doing that for you guys, and in Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland, they will get that much closer to finding that light. I really do believe that everybody wants the best friend, and I think these friendships with Chloe and Red being exemplified are some of the most beautiful artwork that we've ever seen for Descendants. I mean, you can do as much animation as you want with these cartoon openings for zombies, but the beauty exists in the friendships that we see with Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, both on and off the camera, off the set of Zombies, because they are so passionate about each other, and they do really look cute together. They're so adorable. I agree with each and every one of you, and I think the future has never looked brighter for the Zombies franchise. This is exactly what everybody who was ever a part of the first Zombies production wanted it to amount to, and the franchise is going to continue on. I know there's been no official confirmation for a release date for Zombies 5. Everybody is YouTubing and trying to find what they can about it, but I'm here to help you make sense of Descendants of Zombies, and I will do right by you every single time. I know how it feels to be a girl on her phone and her tablet trying to find the best videos ever of the franchises she grew up watching and wants to know the latest news on. And if you do me the honor of allowing me to be your voice of Descendants of Zombies for the foreseeable future, I promise you I will never go away, and I will never let you down. Because I have a whole lot of fun talking about Descendants of Zombies. I recognize the passion that you guys have in your hearts for Descendants of Zombies. Forever and always, you've had a special place in your heart reserved for Descendants of Zombies, and I've just wanted to do justification to these franchises, and I wanted to do right by you guys, because you've seen a lot of criticism for franchises like Zombies. Without even giving it a chance, people wanted to criticize it. I mean, they didn't even want to give the Place to Be music video last summer the time of day, and I was one of the first guys to upload a video with the Place to Be music video, a song that you guys loved at the Worlds Collide Tour. I heard people shouting out for them to perform Place to Be, and they never stopped until they got it. And that's what's so diehard about you guys, is you have this never say die, never quit on you attitude, never go away. Because you guys want to last in this moment for forever. You wanted to be a part of something special, and you had that honor. And it was my honor this summer to review the Worlds Collide Tour, to talk about Red and Chloe for you guys. I love this. I really do. I love how passionate you are about it, collecting the dolls, collecting the Halloween costumes, being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, because that's all you are, as a fan of Descendants of Zombies, and you have the right to express how you feel about it, share your predictions, share your thoughts and your theories. I love reading all the discussion forums about how people are fans of Descendants of Zombies for years, and they're 17 now, and they're still a big fan of Zombies, and they're still watching Zombies. This is exactly what I would have wanted to happen for a franchise. If I were the director or the writer behind a franchise like Descendants of Zombies, I would love for Disney to sell me the rights to the franchise, because there would be so much more of a story that you guys would see, and far more characters into a franchise that I grew up watching, inspired by characters that I forever idolized and were a fan of, like Aladdin and Jasmine, because I really do believe that Aladdin and Jasmine have more of a story to be told, and I'm excited to be a part of it in the future, because I really do believe there are more characters with a greater appreciation, more of a story, even characters from Alice in Wonderland we have yet to see. Like forever, I've said, where is Alice? Because Alice in Wonderland characters are offering inspiration to a franchise, of course, with Red and Chloe, but I think if you bring Alice's son or daughter into the franchise, I mean, you could have Alice's son or daughter falling in love with Red. That would be interesting, apart from Ace. If you follow along with the book, she falls in love with this guy named Ace. I don't know what his significance is, but I do remember reading in the books that she falls in love with a character named Ace. I would love for her to have, a relationship with probably Alice's son or daughter. That would be kind of cool. inspired by Alice in Wonderland herself. I think Alice's curiosity was beautiful in the original Alice in Wonderland franchise, but this story has been retold about Alice so many times over the years. The latest one being in 2013 with Alice Through the Looking Glass. And now Alice in Wonderland characters being represented so phenomenally in Disney, more so than they've ever been before because of Descendants: The Rise of Red. But you should believe that this story is far from over, apart from what the critics are telling you. You know, they need to stop making Descendants of Zombies movies. I've seen and I've heard it all. And honestly, these critics need to back off, because you guys are some of the smartest fans in the world, and you know who you love and you know what you want. So if Descendants of Zombies is in such popular demand, then the fans should be given what they want, and they should be shown the respect they deserve. And it's not respecting you by uploading videos that make no sense. If we're respecting you, we should upload videos that say nice things about Kylie Contrell, Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, because they offered so much to the franchise, and it really was a breakout opportunity for people like Sophia Carson and Dove Cameron, because nobody ever knew who Dove Cameron was ever before Descendants. I mean, we saw her on Liv and Maddie, but we really didn't know that much about her. And then she had this defining role as Mal in the Descendants franchise, and she exploded because of it. And I think everybody has been forever supportive of her since then. It's hard to believe it's been 20 minutes. I've already talked about Descendants. I can go for a few more minutes. But guys, seriously, thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown this YouTube channel. I will be back later on this afternoon with a third podcast, and hopefully after sunset tonight I will return also, because I pride myself on talking about Descendants of Zombies for you guys, the people who have made Descendants of Zombies into a phenomenon that it truly has forever and always meant to be, and will forever and always hold a special place in our hearts, making this the #1 Descendants of Zombies show on YouTube. We're the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now, and it has to do because of each and every one of you making my dreams become a reality. I don't know where I'd be without you guys. You guys brought me back from out of nowhere, from seemingly out of obscurity, because you wanted the voice of Descendants of Zombies. Thank you guys so much for allowing me the honor of being your voice of Descendants of Zombies for what feels like forever. And I know forever feels like a really long time, and Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland is never going to happen. Zombies 5 is never going to happen. Hey, Jonathan Clarke, upload as many Zombies videos for us as you possibly can. I'm going as fast as I can. Tomorrow night is Halloween. I'm living my life in fear of being TP'd and egged. But that's what you get for being Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Everybody knows who Jonathan Clarke on YouTube is. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, you're probably going to want to do that. You're going to have a whole lot of fun, and you're really going to love this YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support you've shown this YouTube channel over the years. It's been my honor to have been your voice of Descendants of Zombies. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody. I will be back later on this afternoon with more to discuss about Descendants of Zombies. It truly has been the greatest honor of my life. I love you guys so much, man. You're the best fans in the world. Stay calm and zombie on, because life is really that much sweeter when all of us are. Thank you so very much.